great group. You'll have lots of interaction and collaboration in there too. So let's get started. I don't have a slideshow. This is really an interactive workshop online. And as I say, please butt in, ask me questions on the chat box as we go through. It really is interactive, guys. I want you to get out of the end of this and go, oh my God, I've got so many action steps. But more importantly, I now know what I'm doing. I know today the one thing I can do to get the momentum in my business that I really want. That's what I want for you at the end of this session. So don't get too overwhelmed. Take lots of notes, and I'll ask you to take some action at the end. But really, this is about helping you get that clarity and direction. So what I'm going to talk about today mostly is what I think is the big problem that we have out there as small business owners, but more importantly as human beings. Who else, and I'd like a big yes in the chat box if you find this is the case, who else thinks it's incredibly overwhelming today? We just have so much content and webinars like this very thing. It's a bit ironic really, isn't it? Trainings and yeah, lots of yeses coming through. It is just mad, isn't it? I certainly think we are not short of information today. I mean, you can ask Auntie Google just about anything and blow me over, she'll know the answer. You know, how to peel a mango, how to cut up a papaya, how to call an Uber. Just seriously, Auntie Google knows everything. YouTube's full of videos. Social media's full of people's opinions and people getting triggered and all sorts of mad things. You know, there's fake news, there's real news, it's so overwhelming. I don't know if you realize, but our brains are getting hit with a massive amount of information every day. And back in the 1970s, which was when I grew up, I was born in late 1960, in the 1970s, we didn't have computers, we didn't have social media, and it was still overwhelming back then because there was TV and radio and, you know, all sorts of things. But we were only getting hit with about 500 branded messages a day, from cereal boxes to billboards to TV ads to radio jingles, about 500 a day. And we could cope with it. Today, it's closer to 5,000. And our brains are really struggling with this. And there's that part of our brain, I've got my spare brain, I should bring it out, shouldn't I? There's a part of our brain called the amygdala, and it's our fear center. And it basically tells us, look out for that, watch for that, don't do that, don't fall over that, watch out, you're making a bad decision. It raises little red flags for us all the time. Now, it's also a filter. And it basically brings to your attention what you need to see, but it filters out the stuff that it doesn't think you're interested in. So here's a question for you. Who here had a particular type of vehicle, a car, that they really loved and they thought, I want to get one of those? Can you put in the chat box, if you did, what was that make or model of car? What was the type of car that you thought, oh, my favorite dream car, if I could own that, what would it be? What have we got coming back in? A Mini, I love it. I saw a beautiful Mini yesterday, absolutely beautifully immaculate. Everything was a Kia Cerato Coupe, a Mazda 3. Yeah, they're everywhere, Kath. I've got a Mazda 3, they're awesome cars. A Fiat, a Toyota Corolla. Just got one on Saturday, an MX-5 with electric roof. Woo, jealous, you're away. I love it. That's going for your goals. That's brilliant. So the interesting thing is that when you told your brain that you were interested in that particular type of car, guess what? You would have seen them everywhere. There would have been ads for them. They were parked across the road from you. Oh my God, one drove past just now. It's called reticular activation. It's a way of your brain, of you telling your brain, I'm interested in this. Therefore, whenever it sees something, it's, oh, you told me you're interested in that, I'm going to bring that to your attention. And I'm going to squash everything else. I'm going to ignore it. So unless your brand and your business is actually standing out to the people who are looking for your services, be that with it, and I'd love to know what you do as well, please, guys, put in the chat box, what is it that you guys do? Because it'll help me give you some case studies, some specific information to help you with your business. So what do you do? And is that standing out? Are you a wellness coach and presenter? Awesome, Kim, thanks for that. So when someone needs a wellness coach, when someone's going, oh, I've been to the doctor, I've tried this, I've read Auntie Google, I've been through all the medical journals, I still can't figure it all out, I've got all these people telling me what I should do, I think I need a coach. Do they see you? Do they actually, because that's that reticular activation working. It's them now, your brain now going, oh, you're interested in that. Oh, look, well, there's an ad over here from Kim and she says this. So it's about standing out. What else have we got here? Organising networking events. Susie, of course, looking forward to catching up with you on the 17th. When the lovely Annette Dencham's going to speak at one of your events, which is awesome. Helping authors get their book out into people's hands. Personal assistant specialising in online presence. Awesome, Kath. Organic store. Love that. Non-toxic digital marketing. Business consultant. Social enterprise ambassador. Wonderful, Jacinda. Transitioning from done for with you to mentoring women. Fabulous. Helping high performance break their barriers and reach that. Wonderful. What awesome. You guys have the most amazing gifts and talents. You deserve to be out there and standing out and getting lots of attention. This is the trouble though. We're not just competing against other coaches and relationship counselors and business consultants and social entrepreneurs. We're competing against all those other millions of messages that people are getting every day. And we're just invisible. We're just not being seen. Unless you have a compelling brand, unless you have a way of engaging with people's hearts and minds. So that's the biggest problem. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is get some clarity and some direction. How do we get clear on how do we explain what our brand is? What is it that we do? Why should someone choose us? How do I stand out? Who's my awesome ideal client? Who are my amazing referees that are out there? Can I build a cascade of influence and get some influencers referring people to me? All these sorts of things that you can do to get really clear and get some direction. So we're going to do that today in the workshop. But there's another problem that I want to solve as well, is because I've been finding that it's awesome that I can help people get clarity and direction around their brand, and then they can go, brilliant, awesome, I know what I'm supposed to do. The trouble is we just don't have the time. And we get this thing happening, and I've got one here, just in case you haven't seen one of these before. This on one side says, do what you love, which is quite nice. But on the other side, this is a round to it. And we never get one of these. These never exist. Because we just don't get the time. Oh, I'll get round to writing that blog. Oh, I'll get round to doing that video. Oh, I'll get round to getting my website done. Oh, I'll get round to getting my book published. And we just, there's just everything happens, doesn't it? The life happens. A client rings, the washing machine breaks down, the car needs fixing, or, something happens that diverts us and distracts us. So the two things I want to cover off today for you is getting really clear and getting a firm direction on how you're going to stand out from other people. When somebody immediately says, oh, you know what, I think I need to talk to a relationship counsellor about this. Now, they're not going to use those words, but they're going to use words of their own. You know what, I need to talk to someone to mentor. I need to find a mentor to help me, or whatever it is. I need to find someone to help me. They then see you and they engage with you. That's the number one thing. Secondly, I'm going to go through a structure for you so that whatever you learn today, you're going to be able to actually put it into practice. And it's not going to take you hours and days and months to do it. It's going to be really easy to do, and you're going to have the whole year planned out so you don't have to freak out and panic when somebody says, have you written your blog this month? Have you done your social media? Oh my God, no. I'm still busy trying to, assimilate all the other things I'm doing. So let's crack on and get onto it. The first thing I want to get into is the 3R's of personal branding. Now, if you've done this with me before, that's awesome, because you need to review it all the time anyway, because we're human beings. We change, we alter, we have our core beliefs and values that stick with us for years, but our goals change and our needs change. Janice has now got this fabulous car. She's got another car on another new goal coming up, yeah? So 3R's of personal branding are recognition, reputation, and respect. Recognition, reputation, and respect. So we're going to go through those three. Now, we don't have forever in this webinar. I'm going to give you the formulas. If you get really stuck and you want more help, the Rocket Launch Your Business Facebook group is there for you. But also, if you haven't yet got a copy of my book, Selling You, it's a personal branding guidebook. You can go on my website and grab one of those. You can either get a download version, an ebook. There's one, and Kath's got hers. Awesome. Kath, open it up for me. Have you been writing all through it? Have you got... Most people write all that. Look at it. Pages of notes. I did have someone say to me the other day, it needs a warning on the cover not to open it at night, because at 2 o'clock in the morning your brain is still going, oh my God. So there's a warning not going to go on the cover. Awesome, brilliant. So grab hold of my book. I'll give you a link if you like to go and grab that, but I'll do it at the end. So let's start with recognition. So this is like we said before, instead of getting lost in the crowd, making sure that the minute somebody has that problem, you pop up. So recognition is all, and brands do this beautifully. You know that when the kids are in the back of the car and they see the edge of the McDonald's logo, they're screaming out to stop for chippies and to play and all this stuff. They don't even need to see the whole brand. We know if we see that tick, we know that it's Nike. We know what Nike stands for. Just do it. Get out there, put your running shoes on, get fit, get healthy. So what does your brand stand for? What's the number one thing that your brand stands for? What do you want to be recognized as being the number one go-to for? Yes, you might do all sorts of amazing things. If you're a mentor for women or you specialize in digital marketing or a personal assistant for online presence, there's loads of things that you do. But that's just your processes. That's just the way that you do your business. What do you want to be known for? Nurturing growth. I want to be my brand about connection. Perfect, Susie. Absolutely. Happiness from healthy relationships. Love it. Having a physical book in your hands, feeling your book, absolutely, yeah, turn from idea into reality, change pain into gain, fabulous. So if that's the case, what I want you to do is start thinking about how can I explain that, and not just in words. Go onto Google and search for images. Don't necessarily use the images that they have on there because they're not necessarily copywritten. You need to go and make sure you've got them safely. But if you go into Google Images and type in nourishing growth into Google and click on images, it'll come up with and create for yourself a mood board with lots of images and quotes and words. Our brains choose people using emotion. We justify with fact. We say, oh, look, I bought this awesome, beautiful dress. Oh, it makes me feel so good. Oh, and it was on sale too. Yeah. So we buy with emotion and justify with fact later. So it's important that you are you qualified? Have you won awards? Are you a best-selling author? Have you been there? What's your story? Have you overcome challenges to get where you are? That's important. But the one thing with recognition is how do you want to how do you want your brand to make people feel? What's the number one emotion? So what's the emotion that you get from nourishing growth? What's the emotion that you get from connection? What's the emotion that you get from happiness, David? It's this really light, fun, the world is beautiful, I'm laughing, it's not dark and deep, and not that, it's bright and happy and joyful. It's a different emotion. Changing pain into gain. How does that feel when that happens, Sonia? How does it transform people's lives? Product makes fishing more fun. Of course, Ross. So how does it feel when you might not have caught fish, but man, it was easy. I had a great time with my grandchildren. What's the emotion? It was easy. It was simple. It was fun. So when you think about these things, how do you want your brand to make people feel? Think about the colors. And on my website and in the Rocket Launch Your Business Facebook group, there's a lot of stuff about neuro branding. Happiness is yellow. Security and reliability is blue. Nourishing is green. I just roll these off the top of my head because I know them, but you can have a look and find out what colors mean, and the emotion and the physiological change that they create in your bodies and in your brain when you see them. Logo's green for nourishing. Perfect, Kim. Tick that box. You've done that one right, which is awesome. So yes, what else can you be doing to create an emotion with your brand? To make sure that people are connecting with you, not just by seeing you and noticing you, but feeling you, feeling a change in their lives. How do you transform people? Use that for your recognition factor. Already browsed about red. Yeah, red, Sonia, is love and lust and passion. And you know why red's a big part of my brand. It makes a lot of sense. So if it's about fun, if it's about something that's easy and spontaneous, you don't have to think about it too much, yellow. So I'm happy to post. In fact, I'm making notes. What I'll do is I'll post the neuro branding guide that you can download, guide into the Rocket Launch Your Business Facebook group today. So you guys can go and grab that. But yeah, get images off of Google, make up a mood board and go into Canva. Canva's awesome. Who uses Canva? It's brilliant. It's free. It's a brilliant tool. I mean, I'm a graphic designer by trade and I love Canva. There's some things about it I don't like, but I can't do drop shadows on it, but I love it. Go into Canva, set up an A4 page and just put all your lovely images that you've found which convey to you a sense of the emotion around your brand. Add to that memes, quotes from famous people. Is there a quote out there, Ross? So who said something about being easy? Now, there could be some really nasty sexual things around that as well. But go and find some awesome quotes and memes. Who was it? Just type into Google. Auntie Google has the answer, guys. But get really clear about it. So, Orly, what do you want your brand to stand for? What's the number one emotion? Put it in the chat box for me. Let me know. How do you want to make people feel? Megan, have you been in there and told me that? Jacinda, have you yet? Jacinda's been in there? No, not yet. So feel free to use that chat box, guy. Go in there and let me know. Enthusiastic, proud. I love it. Awesome. Are you starting to get some clarity now? Look, you could post a million different things a day if you wanted to, but if you just stuck with this and got really clear on the emotion that you want for your brand and nail it. Look, guys, I know it's boring. I'm really sorry to give you that news, but it's called consistency. It's called the same message over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's how Coca-Cola did it. The real thing. You don't drink Coke because you're thirsty. You drink it because you want to be at a party. It's socially acceptable to drink Coke. It bloody kill you, that stuff. You could clean your car with it. But people drink it because it's fun. Impacted. I love it. Safe and comfortable, Orly. So you'd be looking at blues. Safe and comfortable. If you think about all the brands that want to make you feel safe. So, for example, all the online brands, Dropbox and Twitter, and they're all blue because they're trying to convince you that it's safe to put your shit up in there. And it's fine. No one can hack into that. No worries. It's blue. All the banks that use blue because they want to make you feel like you can trust them with your money. So, Ford, fix or repair daily, it stands for, but it's blue. So, don't drink Coke because it's not good for you. I love it. A happy, healthy life. My logo's green. So, Carrie, a green logo is very much about nurturing. If it's about happiness, you want to grab some yellow. Stick some yellow in the background. Now, it isn't always necessary, guys, to just think, oh, my logo's going to change. So what I'm talking about is the content that you're sharing. Go and find a bunch of great images on Pixabay, or what are the other free, Karenza, what are the free places you get images from? Shouting to my 18-year-old, she will know, she uses them all the time for Instagram. Unsplash, Kiss, Panjet, loads, they're all putting Unsplash. So go into Unsplash, type in yellow fun, get loads of images from there and use them for your content marketing, for your, and if it's green, if it's about nurturing, green nourishment or taking care of yourself, green, find all these images, stick them in a folder and you will have a load of information that'll keep you recognized. Hopefully this is making, are we getting some clarity, guys? I'd really love to know, is this helping or am I just, wafting on here? Yes, loving this from Carrie, awesome. That's brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Michelle, yes, fabulous. So that's the first step, recognition. What do you want to be recognized for? How do you want to make people feel? And then go and find the images, the memes, the words, even type into the thesaurus, your word of how you're proud. Stick that into a thesaurus online and see how many other words out there mean proud. So that you're not saying proud all the time. You're actually using all sorts of other words like strong and, confident might be another word that you can use. So start building together a whole suite of branded collateral, if you like, that you can be using on an ongoing basis that keeps your brand front of mind. So the minute somebody needs what you have, they go, oh, I remember that. That was that green thing or that blue thing or that was that. And they've seen it before, that reticular activation. Use the thesaurus a lot. It's my favorite branding tool, Jacinta. Absolutely. So next we're going to go into, so that was recognition. Next is reputation. Now we all know that word of mouth marketing is the best form of marketing. We know this. We know that people buy because somebody told them we were awesome. It wasn't you saying you were awesome. It was them saying, oh my God, you want this? Go and get that. You want to go fishing with your grandson this weekend? Oh my God, go and get that hook easy. Or it's just going to be so much easier for him. He's only 4, whatever. That's where your biggest businesses come from, is word of mouth marketing. Remember as well, and I'm talking with Ross here as well, specifically reviews. And Ross will go, yeah, big thumbs up. Reviews are massive, aren't they? Just, yeah, having someone say something awesome about you or about your product or your service. So word of mouth marketing is so important. It's important because there's 3 things about it that will help your business. 1, it's free. Who likes free marketing? Yes, please. I'll have more of that. The advertising agencies they don't talk about word of mouth marketing because they can't charge for that shit. So ask for reviews. There's a blog on my website about how to get Google reviews. So go to Ultimate Business Propeller. In fact, I'll put another note down here, blog, Google reviews. And it just shows you step by step how to make sure, do it as an automation. If someone's working with you and you've got a lead generator with autoresponders, make sure you put in there, hey, would you mind leaving me a review? And to take them straight there and you should be doing that actively. Get reviews all the time. The last thing you want is to have no reviews and then someone gives you a bad one. Because guess what? That one stays at the top. That's all people see about you. So make sure you do that. And it's free to go and ask for that. It's free to get Google reviews. So it's free. Word of mouth marketing is awesome. Set up a template in MailChimp asking a client to give you a review. Absolutely. It's perfect. So from an EA point of view, if you need someone to help you, Kath, talk to Kath, guys. But I will put that blog post in the Facebook group shortly as well. So it's free. It's also third-party endorsement. It's not you saying, buy my product, it's awesome. Buy my book, it's amazing. It's somebody else saying, oh my God, this is unbelievable. And the credibility of having somebody else saying how great you are is just priceless. And the last thing that's really awesome about word of mouth marketing is that it's like a ripple effect. You just never know when it's going to come from. You might have somebody's uncles, nephews, nieces, whatever, in 2 years' time referring you. So make sure that you are very clear on what you want people to say about you or about your product or your service. Did it transform someone's life? Did it make it easy? Are they happier? Are they more clear? Have they got a better idea of what they're doing? Have they had results? What's the outcome been for them of working with you? And what are the words you want them to use? Because if you're not putting that out there, if you're not saying, hey, this is what I do and this is how I help people and this is what happens, and putting the reviews on your website and your Facebook page and all those sorts of things, people are going to make it up. People are going to say what they want about you. Oh, Kim, yeah, she's an absolute hoot. You want to work with her? She drinks vodka on Saturdays. She's brilliant. Who knows what they're going to say about you? Carrie, she's fun. She's awesome. She always gets dressed up in Halloween costumes just for Sundays. They will make up whatever they want because of the one interaction they had with you. So make sure you're clear. How do you want people to refer to you? What do you want them to call you? What words do you want them to use? So start writing this down. How do I want people to talk about me? And then think about your influencers. So you've got your ideal client. Who are they talking to? Who are they going to ask for help? What websites are they visiting? What Facebook groups are they sitting on and saying, oh, ladies, I need some help with this. I've been to the doctor 14 million times and my husband's still not. I think we need a wellness coach. Who do you think we should go to? What Facebook groups are they in? What LinkedIn groups are they part of? What books do they read? What magazines do they read? What webinars do they listen to? Where do they go? Who are their influencers? So start getting really clear about not just who your target audience is and how you want to be known to them, but who are their influencers? Who are their key opinion leaders? And how can you get in front of them? I know we did this with a gardening product years ago, and it was a brand new product, hard to explain. No one knew what it was. So instead of trying to mass market it, we paid a PA to go and ring all 500 garden clubs in the country. And that's easy to find. Buy a gardening magazine and they're normally listed in the back. So find your database. If you are a wellness coach, chances are if one of your influencers are dietitians, you'll be able to find those, or nutritionists or gym owners. yeah, and you're a wellness coach and you want to help people with something, you can find a list of the local gyms not far from where you are, the dietitians and nutritionists. Find those people, yeah? And then think about what can you do to help them. So if you had somebody who was really well, you dealt with their mindset about getting healthy, you helped them stay consistent, you helped them look after themselves so they could go to the gym more. Because what happens with gyms? What's the gym's biggest problem? People go there, they pay their $50, whatever it is, and then they don't show up. Because they have all these other, they don't find the time, and they have all these other things that they do to themselves to stop them getting fit and healthy, or they go to the gym and break themselves. So think about your influencer's major problem and go and help them solve it. And you don't need to talk about it in terms of, oh, have I got something for you? Offer to buy them a coffee. Say, look, I'm in business, same as you. I think there's some cool stuff we might be able to do together, but could you help me? Maybe give me some advice. I might have some things for you. Can we have a coffee? Can we have a catch up? If it's with the gardening product, we just sent it out to all the garden clubs, but we rang them up first and said, look, we've got this new product. We're not sure if it's going to work. We knew it was going to work. It was awesome. But we don't know how to market it properly. Is there somebody in your garden club who could try it out for us? Fishing clubs, Ross. I'm assuming you've been to fishing clubs. Ring them and say, who in your club would be the ideal person to do a proper review on my product? I want a video. I want them to be honest with me. I want them to try it out and to give me their honest feedback. Who would be perfect for that in your club? Then send it to, personalize it, handwrite it, send it to that person saying, awesome, here's a thing. Next time you go out, for the gardening one, we gave them like a little tracker for over 6 weeks. Spray it on one plant, don't spray it on the other, take some photographs, track it over 6 weeks. Do you know we had a 46% response rate to that campaign? 46%. Now, you're normally lucky if you get 2. So really think about your audience, think about your influencers, think about the people who will talk about you. And take the time to create a database, contact them, make it personal, go and have a coffee with them, create with them, collaborate with them, win-win situation. Who's already thinking of people that they could go out and talk to? So don't sit behind your computer. Get out there and have a wine or a coffee or a beer with somebody. Think about creating that database. Think about, look, it might take you a day to ring all of the fishing clubs in the country, but you could pay someone to do that. I think we paid someone $500. Here's the list, ring them up, here's the script, find the name, and we'll post it out. So really think about who your influencers. Any other, I've got gyms here coming down. Anyone else want to share with me in the chat box? Who are their influencers? Who are you thinking, that's an issue, I can go and talk to those people. That's my struggle at the moment, trying to work. Okay, so digital marketing online, Jacinda, is your business. Am I right with that? Can I remember that was you? Yes, no idea who my influencers are. Okay, so you need to really think about that. If you're struggling with your influencers, it's probably because you're not clear on who your audience is. Who's your ideal client? Get really clear about them. Now I'll do a Q&A or a session in the Rocket Launcher Facebook group about target avatar. And I'll just do that one thing, if you like, guys, to help you get, again, it's in here. If you haven't got this, grab it. There's masses of chapters there. It's the second part of it, being like me. You want to attract people that like you into your business. They just instantly get on with you. So it is about, if you're not sure on your influencer, it's because you haven't got your target avatar really nutted out. Get really clear on them. Their demographics, where they live, what they do for a living, what their pain is, what their problems are. When they wake up of a morning, oh my God, I just need to get my social media sorted. I have no idea. I don't want to do it. I hate Instagram. Someone told me I need to Snapchat. I'm just overwhelmed. My thinking, Jacinda, is if this is your audience, it's busy business people, know they need to be on social media. They're probably a little bit older. They hate the stuff, but they want someone else to do it, but they don't even know how to brief someone. So, maybe it's them. So who influences small business people? Who do they talk to? They go to the Small Business Expo. If you're here in Southeast Queensland, go to the expo and meet business people. Small business people have accountants. They have business coaches. So already in this group, we've got business coaches and mentors, Jacinda. Can you hook up with them and say, great, I need to get in front of people who you help to do this. How could we collaborate together? Maybe I could do your social media for you for a month for nothing, and you could promote me for nothing for a month. Maybe we could do a joint workshop together or a joint webinar together. Think about partnering up. Hopefully that's giving you some ideas, Jacinda. Susie Manley, absolutely. Small business owner is your audience, Susie. But you need to be really specific. A small business owner who wants what? What do they want? How do they feel? What are their problems? When they wake up in the morning, they go, oh my God, I've got this, and it's driving me nuts. If you can record a day in the life of your ideal client on your phone, I know I've thrown mine away, on your phone, record a day in the life of your client. Ross, it would be, I've got a weekend off, I'm going to go fishing, I'm taking the kids, oh my God, I've got all this old stuff, and I need something that, I hate this stuff, I want something that makes it easy. What's led them to the point that they have that pain, that they need your product or your service? Connecting with other business owners, something different, maybe, Susie. I think their pain would probably be, I just don't have the time. I've been told I need to do networking. I've been to all these networking events. I've got nothing out of them. I don't like this speed networking thing. It's horrible. I just don't have the time to go networking and waste my time. So, losing fish from tying a faulty knot. Absolutely. Awesome. There's the problem. Awesome. Brilliant. So, that's how you solve it. Do you want to go out fishing this week and catch more fish? You already do this with your marketing, yeah? So, this is why. So when you're fishing, you've got all the fishing shops, you've got the fishing clubs, you've got all these, but it's about the approach. It's about going to them without trying to go, hey, I want to sell my product. It's how can we help each other? But we're more awesome. You are more awesome, Susie. So look, guys, like I said before, I can't go into it fully today. It's an online workshop, and I know we're running out of time, so I want to make sure we move on. But again, if you're really struggling with this part of it, how to get recognized, how to get reputation, grab the book, get into the program that we have, learn about your target avatar. I will do some training on that in the coming week with you guys as well. Last one is respect. Respect. Now, can I find it quickly? Probably not. I won't try. I was given a business card. It came through my letterbox probably close to 2 years ago now. You may have seen it. I will post it in the group, business card, just for you guys to have a joke. Basically, the card was full and it had on it cheap man and ute hire at the top. And for those who aren't Australian, a ute is a pickup truck. So cheap man and ute hire, and underneath it he had everything. He does trips to the shops, picks kids up from school, takes your gardening stuff away, mows lawns, cleans your house for you, has a bouncy castle hire, is a DJ, does 50s, 60s rock and roll, Elvis impersonator, just this whole long list of everything he does on this card. Yeah, and at the bottom it had open 24 hours, 7 days a week. If I can find it, let me just quickly find it, because you will not believe that this is the card. Cheap man and yet ute hire. I don't know if I've still got it somewhere. I'll show it to you. Oh, here it is. Rightio. So let me get that one open. How am I finding that one? I will show you that this card actually exists, because you probably don't believe me. Right, share, here, share. There it is. How's that for a business card? Now, the question I have to ask you with this business card is, do you respect this guy? Would you pay him lots of money? Would you expect for him to say to you, I'm fully booked with clients, I can't see you this week, you're going to have to make an appointment with me? Chances are that's not the case. He is spreading himself so thin. So the lesson from this, guys, is don't try to help every Mary in the dairy. Not every person who needs a wellness coach is going to like you. Not every person who goes fishing is going to want one of these things. Not everybody who needs an online business to be promoted is going to agree with you with the way things happen. You can't win over everybody. You can't try to be everything to everybody. Now, what if this guy had just decided to mow lawns dressed as Elvis? Yeah, I would have paid to see that, and I don't even have a lawn. He would have gotten on the news. He might be able to franchise. He might have Marilyn Monroe doing your dishes. If he'd just chosen to do one or two things really, really well. So don't try to do everything. Just be really awesome at what you do. And don't get sucked into that FOMO that all of a sudden in the shower one morning, you think, oh, there's a whole target group out there that I haven't even thought about. Maybe they'll love me. Look, if your target audience is wrong and you're not getting any clients, then sure, go and find someone else. But if you've got a database of clients, you're getting business in, it might not be as much as you want, but you're really engaging and connecting with a group, don't panic and go jumping around all over the place to try and find other people. Stick with the people that you love working with. Just follow these steps that we've been going through, because you'll then start to be noticed more and you'll get more of them. It's really simple. Brands do this. We know this. Brands do this. People love Nike and hate ASICs. Yeah, be consistent. Absolutely, Janice. But be really clear on what you want to be respected for. Don't be the, dabbler or the, oh, I'm a jack of all trades. Oh, I've got 3 different businesses. It's just, I'm sorry, guys. When I hear people say that, oh, I've got 3 different businesses that I own. It's such a wank, isn't it? Really, seriously. Isn't it? It's like, I'm so important because I've got 3 businesses. Stuff off. Do you trust someone who's got 3 different businesses? Seriously, thinking about how little time you have to focus on your business. How would you feel about someone who has 3 businesses trying to focus on all that stuff? Would they really give you the attention you deserve? If you're going to pay them $300 for an hour with them, would they be really ready? Would they have done some prep before they met with you? So I trust Branson. Yeah, but Branson created a whole brand, an umbrella brand, and then he created all these business units underneath it, and that's not a bad thing. In fact, that's what I suggest people do with their brand, is create a platform. Create a platform with your brand and then add on to it. I've got an online program, I've got workshops, I do one-to-one, I do webinars. All these different ways that you deliver to people is absolutely fine. That's not lots of different businesses, that's lots of different income streams from one brand. So the Virgin brand, trains, planes, I was going to say automobiles, credit cards, gyms, the whole thing. So be really, really clear on that. So those are the 3 R's of personal branding. I hope those have helped you. Hopefully people are getting a bit more clear. Are you getting some clarity? Or are you now going, oh my God, I've got so much to think about, I don't know what to do? I hopefully haven't left you like that. Oh, great. Awesome. People getting some clarity. Listen, if you do want more, and I will put the link in for you. Let me just find that for you. Dum-de-doo. Here we go. If you haven't already got it, and I know there's a couple of people already got it because they showed me just now, waving it at me, I've just put the link in for that. So if you want to get the ebook or the real book, if you're in Australia, I can post it to you. If you're overseas, get the ebook. You can get it off Amazon as well. But that page gives you the link to that book. It goes further into target avatar and really helps you pull all the stuff together. Now, what I want to go through, and the last little bit we have with you, is you've probably now got, who's got pages of notes? Do you want to show me your notes? Lots of pages of notes. It's mad, isn't it? Awesome, lots of pages, brilliant. The trouble with this is that work goes on, life goes on. And after this webinar, and you turn your phone back on, or you find it from the rubbish bin where you put it, wherever you hid it, life's going to go on. So I want to give you a system to make sure that you put this into action, because you don't want to be invisible. If you've got a real clear brand now, or you're starting to get there with that, you want to get it out there. So we have the most audacious marketing action plan. Now I'm going to go through this with you. You don't have to get this if you don't want to. You can just follow the steps that I give you. But if you want to get one of these, you can either download it as a PDF and print it off in the office, or you can order a hard copy and it's already printed and bound and everything else, and we send it to you. But I'm going to go through the system that I use to get my brand out there, because most people say, oh my God, Lauren, we see you everywhere. Yeah, maybe, but it's automated. It's planned. It's not, oh my God, it's Mother's Day next week and I've done nothing to leverage the shit out of that. I could have done something really awesome to talk about, mums that are overwhelmed, or mums taking their kids fishing, whatever, and it's too late now. So you fall into that panic mode, that stress mode. Saw that at the Small Business Expo. It was great. Awesome, Kim. I'll be at the other expo as well. I'm going to put in the link, guys, just in case you're going, what the hell is it and how do I get that? Dum-de-doo. We've just updated it. If you've got the old one, don't panic. The only updates have been a branding change. So don't panic. If you've got the old one, I don't have it about me. It's somewhere behind my desk. But look, this is a really simple planner. The first thing it goes through is setting your BHAG for the year. What's your big, hairy, audacious goal for the year? What do you want to get out of your marketing? Where do you want your business to be by the end of the year? How many sales do you want? How many clients do you want? How many stages do you want to speak on? Get really clear on your big, hairy, audacious goal. And it needs to be hairy and audacious. It needs to be something that scares you, that pushes you outside your comfort zone, because that's where you start getting noticed. Yeah, the guy with the dancing guy with the backpack who started flossing. I can't do flossing while I'm sitting down. You know, he got noticed because he was doing something different. He was outside his comfort zone. Now everybody bloody flosses. All the kids do it. So, you know, you need to push yourself. Set big, hairy, audacious goals and just see what happens. You never know. You might not get there, but you'll bloody well achieve amazing things. So set your goal. Get really clear. Then go through those 3 hours of personal branding. In the planner, it gives you space to do it if you wanted to get one of these. The 3 hours of personal branding and your single-minded purpose. Get really clear on your brand. When are you at your best? What will you never do? What do you want to be known for? What's your one-word brand strategy? We went over that today, guys. Yeah, proud, motivated, energized, safe. The one-word brand strategy for your brand and your business. So get really clear on that. Then think about, this is really important, guys, is homework for you. Once you've done your branding and you've thought about, right, this is my big goal. Here's the 3 hours of personal branding. I know what I want to be known, liked, and trusted for now. Write your bio. Type it out. It doesn't need to be long. In fact, the tip I got from Annette last time she was on one of the webinars with me was it needs to be delivered within about a minute. If you can read your bio in a minute or even less, 30 seconds to a minute, that's awesome. You've nailed it. So in the planner, it goes through your brand story, how to talk about, you know, your mission, what makes you the expert, your short bio, what were the challenges that you overcame. Because your bio is not just, oh, I'm an international award-winning bloody. It's about what did I overcome to get where I am as well. Your bio needs to relate to people. It needs to be, human beings want to work with human beings. So you need to share. I share with my bio. In fact, if you want to see my bio, I've got it here somewhere in notes. Bio, where's my bio? It's disappeared somewhere. Bio for speaking. And again, I've written a couple of different ones, guys. I keep them in a list. I can share my screen with you and show you that. So I use something on my computer called Notes. You can use Evernote. You can use whatever else. Here's my bio. Here's the long one. At 8 years old, bloody, 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 blah. Told I had word blindness. I've now got 25 years in brand management. Da, 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 da. You can find out more here. So that's my long bio. That would be probably put on a website or a Facebook page or something like that. For media, it's a little bit more in just a different order. They want the who, what, when, where, how. A response to source bottles there. A short one, if I'm speaking. At 8 years old, Lauren was told she had word blindness. So if I'm going speaking somewhere, I will print this off and give it to the person who's introducing me. So write your bio. Get organized. Because when something comes up, and if you're all getting the weekly rocket, which is an awesome way for you guys to get interviewed, get out there in the media, become a podcast guest, get speaking gigs, you want to respond to those things quickly. So take some time to write your brand story and make it interesting and relevant and engaging and condense it down into a bio that people can read really quickly. So get all that done. That's prep work. It shouldn't tell me take a lot longer to do. Maybe a week to get that nailed, but nail it down, get it right, and then it's done. And then all you're doing is copying and pasting so that it's a systematic approach to getting your brand out there. If you want me to tell in that less than 60 seconds, word count. How many word count on there? For my short one, it doesn't tell me word count on notes. I would say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, maybe 100 words. About 300 to Janice. Yep, somewhere between 100 and 300. Doesn't need to be long. It needs to be easy to be read, like a story. You know that the human brain loves a story. Yeah, that's how it's the way we learned. It's the way we're taught things. It's the way we remember things. We all remember, you know, the Little Red Riding Hood story or the myths and legends that we pass down. So tell it like a story. So once you've got that packaged and you've got your personal brand, your brand story and everything nailed, the next thing you want to do is plan out your year. Now in the planner, and you don't have to, like I say, you don't have to get this. It's just, I made it easy by putting it together. You can do it yourself if you want to get a planner out for the year if you want to, but plan your year. You know how I said earlier, there is so much content out there. You don't want to be creating masses of content that sits on your website and it's like a ghost town and nobody even bothers to read your blog posts or your articles. You want engagement. You don't want masses of content. I don't believe you need to be blogging every day or videoing every day. There's people who tell you you should, but sorry, I don't. I actually don't think, and Jacinda might correct me because she does social media marketing, I don't think there's a set amount of every day that you should be doing on any of that. It's got to fit with being relevant and being engaging. It's absolutely pointless putting content out there that no one's going to read. It's just a waste of your time. You end up doing what I call WOFTAM marketing, yeah? WOFTAM, a waste of flipping time and money. So plot out your months. You only need to write 12 blog posts. That's it, 12. They don't need to be long, somewhere between 600 and 1,000 words max. Yeah, just a blog post, pretty simple. I'm going to write down nothing structure for a blog. I've got to do that article. But start with January. In fact, if you want to, let's do April. We're in April at the moment. Everyone happy with me to do April? Or do you want me to do May? I'm going to get into April. Here we go. So in April, what's happening in April? Now, the one tip for you guys, how to be relevant. Choose something that people are already talking about. So what happens in April? What are the things that people are already talking about? You've got April Fool's Day. Probably should have thought about that in March. Easter's coming up. Easter, what does Easter stand for? If it's a religious thing, it might be rebirth, renewal, looking after yourself. Is it time to get to the gym? You've eaten too many chocolate Easter eggs, all those sorts of things. Anzac Day's coming up. It's autumn here in the southern hemisphere, spring in the northern hemisphere. Is there something to do with spring fishing, Ross? Is there a time of the year that people go out more often or get back into it or whatever? The Boston Marathon happens this month. It's Autism Awareness Month. It's Poetry Month. And in the planner, if you want to know more about other things that are on, there's links in here for you to go and find out all these days of the week and, mad themes that are happening every month. All the planner, yeah, absolutely. So what is it today? We're the 9th. Today is Be Nice to Lawyers Day. So if you had a legal business, I don't know why I should be nice to lawyers, but today's the day. I know some nice lawyers, so it's good. But if you're a legal company, you should have written a blog earlier this month and led up to Be Nice to Lawyers Day next week. Here's what lawyers have to go through. If you're sick and tired of dealing with lawyers, think about it from the other side, giving them an insight or whatever, or maybe it's about, be nice to yourself. Make sure you go and check out a lawyer, get your T's and C's done, get your contracts done. You can be nice to your lawyer, but it's more important that you be nice to your business. So there's a whole, you could have done that whole thing, written a blog, got it out there, and leveraged the fact that today is Be Nice to Lawyers Day. Bicycle Day on the 19th, 21st is Creativity Day, Stationery Day with an E, which means envelopes, on the 24th, and Honesty Day on the 30th. So there's just some ideas. So we've just given you a couple of opportunities, but you've got links and you can go and find where to find out what's going on in April. How do people feel about this month? Is it spring cleaning if you're in the Northern Hemisphere? Is it getting ready for the winter, not slowing down, not stopping being healthy and fit and all those sorts of things? Going to go be nice to lawyers today. Awesome. So think about, it's called newsjacking, basically. Yeah, what's already happening at the moment at this time of year that you can be leveraging from. There's also celebrity birthdays, so you might want to go and find out, was there something interesting about William Shakespeare that you can share a story about him in your blog, or Marlon Brando, or Uma Thurman, or Queen Elizabeth II, her birthday this month. Treat yourself like a queen. There's all sorts of different ways you can bend any particular topic to your brand. And the reason I can say that with such conviction is I do it all the time for mine. You probably see me all the time out there saying, so what was the personal branding lesson from this? And I've done that from eating in cake stores to zip lining to being with elephants to walking along a road. What was the personal branding lesson from this? So find a way of creating a relevant blog post each month. And that's it, guys, just 12. So write down on here some ideas of what you can do, the activities you can do and where to share. In the new one, we've got a bit more room for you to write down some story ideas. Maybe there's case studies that you can share, hero stories, political stories, opinions. So get really clear. Look, it's only 12 blogs. you could probably, we've got Easter coming up. I know a lot of people are going on holiday. I'm looking forward to getting some work done. But even if you sat down and said, right, what are my 12 ideas for blogs? When's Mother's Day? Christmas is the same date every year. Easter's the same date. You could probably pre-plan your entire, well, you can pre-plan your entire year, choose a theme for every month and write a blog post, write an article about it. Then all you've got to do is get that blog onto your website and then share the shit out of it. That's a technical term for getting it on Facebook, LinkedIn, go into Medium, business to business, post in other Facebook groups. And don't all do it at once. Spread it out over the month, or do it as a lead up to that event or whatever it is that you've chosen, that key date. And really get people getting eyeballs on your brand. So that's the system, guys. And then part of the planner, of course, is your weekly action plan. And again, I encourage you, we are so overwhelmed. If I go right back to the start of this very webinar, the major problem we're talking about today is overwhelm. There's just so much going on, too much to do. Who uses to-do lists? I hate to-do lists. Who uses sticky notes all over their desk? Some people might use Trello or Asana. They're awesome as well. I find them better for delegating tasks to people, but I use this constantly. So on a Sunday night, I'll grab a glass of something and I'll sit down and I will plan my week. It's awesome because it only allows you 5 tasks per project and only 6 projects on this one. 6 projects a week. And ladies, that could include family stuff. If you've got to manage kids or something else, put it on there as well. But projects for me include client work. Who have I got to chase up this week? It includes the expo we're doing. What have I got to get done for that? It includes getting my blog post out there. And what am I doing with it this week? It includes maybe if I'm doing a training or this webinar, I put that as a project. What do I have to get done for that this week? So it's a really cool, and you get weekly action planners in here for every week of the month. So you just keep going through, do the work, and then guess what? You're up to May. The thing with this is, and the thing with this system, is that if you can get your brand sorted, get prepared with everything you want written down, your bio, your brand story, ready to go, plan your year, your 12 months of once a month article that you're going to write, you don't have to panic then. You don't have to race around going, oh my God, I've got to write a blog post. What are we doing about this month? Oh my God, I've missed out. Oh my God, tomorrow's Father's Day and I forgot to promote it. This way, it's planned out. The other thing which is awesome, guys, if you have a social media marketing person or an EA or a PA, if you have somebody like Jacinda who does social media, guess what you can do with this? You can hand it to them and say, there you go. There's my yearly plan. I want you to now put that into practice. I want you to write my blog posts. I want you to do my social media for me. There's the plan. There's my marketing plan for the year. Done. You could do that in a weekend and hand it to somebody, outsource it, get somebody else to implement it. If you don't want to do the writing of blog posts and all the social media sharing, then don't do it. If you want us to do that for you, just let us know. Annette and I have people that do that, who write content, who do social media. We've got 3 programs available. Oh my God, wow, and lol. If you haven't seen them before, oh my God is basically that. Give us this and we'll go and run it for you for the year. We'll write your blog posts. We'll put all your social media out there. We'll convert your blogs into video. We'll use images and memes and God knows what, and we'll get it out there for you. It's about $1,000 a month to do that. And you're done. Oh my God, out of your hands, done. But we work through this with you first. Wow is basically, look, I'm okay at writing my own blogs. I'm quite happy to do that. And you know, I can probably write them, or I can at least put something up onto my own website. Could you just share it for me? Could you just share the shit out of it for me? And then the last one, lol, is basically you do all of this and you write the blogs and you put them on your own website. You do all that work, and all we do is do some sharing for you. Get it out there into Facebook, into social media and so on. It's about $400 a month. But we get it out there so that you get more eyeballs on your website, on your business, coming back and wanting to know more from you. And it goes out social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, you know, business to community, gets out there. So those are the different platforms we have available. And the website for that is at theaudaciousagency.com. So if you want to know more about the planner and how to get that out there, go to get hold of a planner. People have already got a planner? Excuse me, the planner. Let me find the link. Here we go. I hope this link works because I just changed it this morning. There's the planner. Oh, I'm going back to Jacinda. I'm sorry, Jacinda, you're getting all my messages. Everyone. There's the planner. Sorry, guys. Jacinda and I are having a little private conversation over here. And there's the Audacious Agency. So hopefully that's helped you today. I'm going to have a drink of water. Oh, it's a social business. Oh, I'm sorry, Jacinda. I've just read your message. It's not social media. It's a social enterprise. Makes much more sense. So there you go, guys. Sorry, but I've a frog in my throat. Please ask me questions in the chat box. Is there something I've missed? What was the biggest thing you got out of today? And please share with me in the chat box. Kim, pineapple juice. I had a protein ball before I started this, and I think it's a bit of LSA in my throat. So what was the number one thing you got out of today? What are you going to take action on is what I really want to know. And I want you to promise me that of that great long list that you've just written out of all these action steps and things you can do, that you're just going to asterisk 2 of them. Because your brain cannot manage more than that. I'm really sorry to tell you, but multitasking is a myth. So please go back and asterisk your notes now. Just the 2 that you've written down that you know you can do today. Kim, the 12 blogs. Awesome. She's done a list of topics already. You're ahead of the bunch. That's brilliant. Susie, who do you want to get followed by and inspired? Absolutely. Get onto that target avatar and their influencers. Michelle's got the planner. That's awesome. Brilliant. Well done. And put it into action and get on there. If anyone's got the planner and they've already filled it out and they're ready to go and everything else and they're really not sure about how to get it out there or it's becoming a bit overwhelming, please just give us a call. Please just have a chat. I'm going to share with you guys a link. And at any time, if you guys want to have a chat with myself or Annette for 20 minutes, just to see if there's anything we can do to help you, you can book us to do that. So there's a link on there as well. What else have I got? Love this, got more clarity. I'd love to know how I could do a book an appointment with you. There you go. I've just sent you the link, Carrie. It's on there. What do you do if you don't want to be like others? Yeah, something very different. Absolutely. That's what you got to figure out, I guess, Susie. Awesome. So please, asterisk 2 things you're going to do straight away. Don't try and do any more than that, but get them done today. Pencil them in and get them done. You will be amazed at how good you feel that you've got those things done. It's a neuro branding technique, guys. It's neuroscience. It makes you really want to do more. So just asterisk 2, get them done, because you know there's that big fear with overwhelm. We just see this huge, massive elephant that we have to eat today. And what you don't realize is that you can eat an elephant, but you just do it 1 bite at a time. So by just asterisking 2 things that you're going to do straight away, then you do them, you're convincing yourself that actually it's not that hard a job. I can get this done. Missed the beginning, Donna? Yeah, absolutely. The recording will be put into the Rocket Launch Your Business Facebook group. Blogs and events planned for the year. 3R's. Awesome. You guys are away with it. It's brilliant. I love people who take action. It's just so good. Now, before we finish up, guys, because I'm just going a little bit over time, if you want all the links that I've put in there and some of the notes in the chat box, go down to the chat box. You'll see a little button there that says more. If you click on that, it'll open up a window and you can click on Save Chat. And it will save a text document to wherever you normally save your downloads, whether it goes to your desktop or your downloads folder or whatever. If you click More and then Save Chat, and it'll come up there, chat saved, you can then go and find it. It's got all the links. Zoom is so cool, isn't it awesome? If you need to go back and look at, you know, where's that link that Lauren said to the Rocket Launcher business page or whatever it was, they're all in there, guys. So download that, because when I close this window and say goodbye to you, that will no longer be available. I've done a little search, a save as well, so I will put it as a note underneath the recording of this. Done from Janice, awesome. Just learned a new trick from Ross. Awesome. I like when I can teach new tricks. I can teach old dogs new tricks. Oh my God, Ross. That's awesome. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. I hope you've got more clarity. I hope you've got now a systematic approach to getting your brand and your business out there so that it doesn't overwhelm you and you don't end up doing that waft-damn marketing and wasting your time and money, that you actually feel like you're getting good return on the investment of your time. Because marketing's not easy, guys. It's not natural. I know everyone starts in business and they're just expected to understand marketing, and we don't, so don't get too down on yourselves if this is hard. Because if you're not, I've done an advanced diploma in marketing management. I've worked in advertising agencies for 25 years. This comes naturally to me because I've lived it, so don't get down on yourselves if you're going, oh my God, this is so hard. It's not easy, but it can be if you approach it with clarity and implement systems. So get out there, guys, and really rocket launch your brand. You've got amazing gifts and talents. I've been just overwhelmed with the amount of expertise that's been here today. It's been brilliant. So make sure you get out there, because you do deserve to be well-known, well-paid, and wanted. Get out there, guys, and rocket launch your brand. Thank you so much for being here today. It's been awesome to have you here, and I hope you've done really well. I'll see you again soon, guys. Bye.